Hey everyone, this is Bobby with North American Cryptids and Paranormal. I just want to give y'all some updates on the channel, what we're trying to do, and the reason I got into the subject. I'm new at doing podcasts, TikTok, Bigfoot, cryptid stuff. Um, I've been interested in the subject for many years since I've had my first encounter. And I'm going to go over that encounter and some other encounters that I've had. Um, my first encounter, me and a friend of mine was fishing on the river. We put out some limb lines and we found a soapstone bluff. We decided to tie the boat off to a tree hanging out the water and started catfishing by the soapstone bluff. And I heard something behind me hit the water. I turned around, didn't see what it was. Well, as I'm looking for whatever hit the water, I see a giant rock hit the middle of the river, come off that bluff. And the rock was, it was a big rock. It was at least 100 pounds. So I'm looking to see what threw it. When I look up on the bluff, I just seen something running into the woods. And I only seen it for a split second, but it looked like the backside of a bear. It was just a furry creature on two legs running into the woods. We untied him. We got out of there as fast as we could. That was the first encounter I ever had. The second encounter, the same river I lived on. I lived on a camp on that river, and I had a dog. I just let him run outside. We're in the middle of the woods, so he wasn't a house dog. He was an outside dog. I just let him roam. There wasn't nobody back there for him to bother. There was a couple of camps around, but nobody was ever there. I actually lived at this camp. And one night I'm laying in bed and I hear my dog start growling. And then something grabbed my dog and slammed him against the side of the trailer twice. I run outside. I don't see nothing. My dog's on the porch. He's shaking. He's scared. And that dog usually ain't scared of nothing. So I bring him in the house for the night. The next day I go out. This is an old trailer. It's got tin siding on it. And I'm going to say from the ground to where he got thrown against the trailer was about 6 or 7 feet off the ground. Now, a few years ago, where I live at now, which it's all in the same area where all this happened at, where I lived at in the camp, probably about 10 miles from where I live at now. Where that happened at the river is probably about 15 miles from where I live at now, so all the same area. But at this time, I had my own business, fabricating business. I was working in my garage, two-door garage, open in the front, no garage doors. And it was summertime, and I'd work at night, because fabricate metal is a pretty hot job in South Mississippi. It gets really hot, so I'd work at night. So it's like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. I got my angle grinder going, grinding down some welds. And when I finished grinding the welds, I put my angle grinder down. I had headphones on, listening to music. I take my headphones off. I heard something in the woods across from my garage. And it sounded like something walking. Not being loud, just something walking like an animal walking through the woods. Well, I walked to the end of my garage. When I walked to the end of my garage, something charged me. I never seen it, but it sounded like a freight train coming through the woods. And it's breaking limbs, it's snapping limbs, it's super loud, it's two legs. You can tell it's bipedal, stomping the ground really, really hard. And it scared me really bad. I didn't know. I couldn't react. I froze for like a minute. And then I finally went into the house because I forgot I had stairs that go from my garage into my house. So I get in the house, I wake my wife up. She goes outside with me to see what it was. We never seen that. Well, the next day I go out into the woods to see what what happened. And there's a path where this thing ran through that you could drive a car through. That's how big the path is. Limbs snapped up 10, 15 feet up in the tree, just big old limbs, 3 to 5, 6 inch limbs just snap. That's my encounters with what I believe to be Bigfoot. I've had plenty of paranormal encounters. I'll get into them later. I don't want to make this video too long. This is more of an introduction video. But if you would, you can follow me on TikTok, On TikTok, I'm North American Cryptids and Paranormal. YouTube, North American Cryptids and Paranormal. Facebook, I'm on Facebook, North American Cryptids. Follow us. When I go live on TikTok, join our live. Tell us your encounter. We get a lot of people on our lives. A lot of people come up, tell their encounters. There's no judgment. Also, I've got a podcast coming out. So if you want to be a part of the podcast, you want to be a member on my show, go to NorthAmericanCryptids@gmail.com and email me, and we'll get together and shoot a podcast. And if you're interested in merch, we have these shirts right here. That's the front. And if you can see it, that's the back. So if you would, go follow me, interact, comment on my posts, tell me your stories, come to my lives, tell me your stories. We love to hear them. We don't judge. If somebody comes in there judging or talking crap, we kick them out. Thank you for your time.